Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Awards Night 2020. Most unusual awards night that we've ever done. Having to present our trophies and our awards and our certificates through live stream is something that we've never done before. We weren't allowed to have students and families here to receive their awards, but they'll be here and be available for pickup. Just check with the Academy office and they'll let you know exactly when our young people can come by and pick up their trophies. We're so proud of our kids. We're so thankful for the opportunity to work with your children and help you train them in the nurture and the admonition of the Lord. We have had a very busy week this week. We had senior graduation on Monday night. We had kindergarten graduation last night. And then tonight is the time that I look forward to most every year, and that is our awards night, because it recognizes hard work and achievement in the lives of our students. And so we're happy to be able to present to you the different teachers and the different classes, and they're going to present their awards this evening. And we're going to start tonight by beginning with Miss Emma Clark. She taught our K-4 class this year, and so we're going to invite her to come and share with you her awards at this time.
Hey y'all, Miss Emma Clark here, coming from the Clark Ranch. Thank you for joining us. We'll be giving out 3 awards from this classroom today. My first award is for academic excellence. This young man did his very best from start to finish, and it showed. And that is Lucas Hahn. Way to go, Lucas. Keep up the good work. My second award is for most improved. This young man really struggled at the beginning of the year, but he didn't give up. He got it, and that is Caden Havens. Way to go, Caden. Keep up the good work. My last award is for Christian character. This young lady would come to class with a song in her heart, a skip in her step, thoughtful, kind, thinking of others, praying for them. And that is Genesis Menendez. Way to go, Genesis. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to be a part of your children's lives. I was truly honored and blessed to have them. Have a safe, happy, healthy summer. Thank you so much, and God bless.
Thank you, Miss Emma. Now we are going to ask Miss Mary Watkins to come. She taught a combination K-4, K-5 class this year, and she's going to come and present her awards to her students. Thank you, Miss Mary. We're going to ask now Miss Karen Campilia to come and share with her students her awards. They've worked hard just like all of our students have, and Miss Karen is going to come at this time and present her awards to her kindergarten class.
Good evening. I'm Miss Karen, the kindergarten teacher, and I would like to present my awards and my trophies. I'd like to start out with the perfect attendance, Riley Braden Lawrenson, Kagan Bruzy, Hudson Futch, Malachi Gordon. Now I'd like to do my outstanding attendance, Colby Clark, Jillian Garrett, Caleb Lar, Judah Small. And now for my A honor roll, Riley Braden Lawrenson. Yay! Kagan Bruzy. Good job. Colby Clark. Yay! Hudson Futch. Good job. Jillian Garrett. Yay, Jillian. Malachi Gordon. Woohoo! Adriana Lemansky. Good job. And Caleb Lara. Good job. For my B honor roll, Ismail Mendez. Good job, Ismail. Leila Morales. Good job. And now I'd like to present my trophies. My Golden Apple Award goes to Jillian Garrett. Yay! My Most Improved Award goes to Malachi Gordon. Woohoo! My highest average goes to Caleb Lara. Good job, Caleb. And my Teacher's Award goes to Kagan Bruzy. Yay, Kagan! My Student of the Year goes to Riley Braden Lawrenston. Good job, Riley. And my Christian character is Colby Clark. Good job, Colby. Good job, boys and girls. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Karen. Now we're going to ask Miss Cindy to come. She's our first and second grade teacher. We're going to ask her to come and share her awards with her class. I know that her students have worked hard this year, just as I said, just as all the others have, and she is going to come now and present her awards to her first and second grade Abeka class at this time.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Miss Cindy, and I'm the Abeka first and second grade teacher. First, I want to thank you parents for allowing me to have the privilege of having your children in my classroom. We've worked hard, we've played hard, we've had a good year, and I just really appreciate the privilege of you allowing me to have them. So let's get into our awards. For attendance, perfect attendance, I have Adelie Bruzy, Grace Dutton, and Michael Laura. For outstanding attendance, Annabella Fix, Emma Laddie, Georgia Miller, Josephine Edwards, Veronica Valdivia, and Savannah House. For our A honor roll, I have Gabriel Guerra, Michael Laura, Annabella Fix, Emma Laddie, Araya Walters, Grace Dutton, and Adelie Bruzy. For our B honor roll, we have Josephine Edwards, Veronica Valdivia, and Georgia Miller. Great job, guys. All right, for Golden Apple. I chose for Golden Apple is Josephine Edwards. My most improved student, and she's worked really, really hard this year, and I have seen so much improvement in her, is Araya Walters. Highest average goes to Annabella Fix. My Teacher's Award This little girl's always willing to help others, and I'm just so proud of her, and that goes to Emma Laddie. Student of the Year. This student has worked hard. She's always willing to help out. She's been my runner, and whatever I've asked her to do, she does. She's worked really hard on her grades and has done such a wonderful job this year. And Student of the Year goes to Grace Dutton. For Christian character, Matthew 5:16 tells us, "Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works." And Proverbs 20:11 says that even a child is known by his doings, whether his works be pure and whether it be right. The student that I chose for Christian character walks into class every day with a smile on their face, never complains or has an unkind word to say, and is always willing to help out, always tries to do the right thing and make good choices. And she has certainly been a light in her classroom and an example to all the other students. My Christian Character Award goes to Adelie Bruzy. Everybody's done a great job. I'm really proud of all of you, and I hope you have a great summer.
Thank you, Miss Cindy. And now we're going to ask Miss Cheryl Fry to come. She's our 3rd and 4th grade Abeka classroom teacher. We're going to ask her to come and share with us her awards for her students this year.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our awards night. I'm Miss Cheryl, and this is the 3rd and 4th grade Abeka class. I'd like to share a little scripture with you. I've really missed our Bible class this last quarter. In Proverbs 1:1, starting with 1:2, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, judgment, and equity, to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, in verse 7. These verses remind us of why we're here, why we're in a Christian school, and all the hard work that we have done this year. Our students have had days they've cried, they've had days they cheered, they've had days they were angry, and they had days when they celebrated many successes, and we're here tonight to award them for that. We're going to start with our reading certs. These are our kids who were reading superstars. We have Liam Trice, Michael Sepulveda, Janelle Diaz, Faith Gibson, and Grace Gibson. They made A averages all throughout their reading class. Our spelling certs are our super spellers, Michael Sepulveda, Liam Trice, Janelle Diaz, Faith Gibson, and Grace Gibson. These kids all maintained at least a B or A average throughout the year in spelling. In language, we have Ellis Wooten, Liam Trice, Peyton Small, Janelle Diaz, Michael Sepulveda, Faith Gibson, and Grace Gibson. They all maintained a B or A average throughout the year in that subject. Our math is no problem for you awards go to Michael Sepulveda, Liam Trice, Grace Gibson, and Faith Gibson. They all maintained a high average in that subject. Tonight, my most special one to me is the Bible Award. These are our Bible scholars who all maintained a B or A average throughout the year in Bible. They said their scripture pass their tests, and work very hard to learn the Word of God. Our first one is Michael Sepulveda, Peyton Small, Ellis Wooten, Grace Gibson, and Faith Gibson. They did very well in their Bible class. Now we're going to move on to our B honor roll. These kids worked very hard to make honor roll for the whole year. Our first one is Ellis Wooten. Our second one is Peyton Small. Our next one is Michael Sepulveda. And our next one is Liam Trice. Liam had the highest B average among that group. I'm very proud of the hard work he put in this year. Our A honor roll are Janelle Diaz also made B honor roll. I'm sorry. Grace Gibson, she had an average of 98.7. Her and Faith tied in that with an A honor roll for both of them. They tied to the letter. Very hard work. Now we're going to move on to our trophies. This year we had many new kids come to the school, and this young man came in and he had a lot of struggles at the beginning of the year, but he stepped it up. He worked hard. There were many days there were tears. There were many days there was even some anger. And then there were many days we celebrated many successes. But I am so proud of him, and he worked so hard, and he earned this trophy beyond degree. And this final quarter that we've been in, he had 3 full quarters with me in the classroom, and this final quarter, he has worked so hard and done so well, and I'm so proud of him. And our most improved student is Liam Trice. Congratulations, Liam. And now we would like to present the Golden Apple Award. This is for the student who works very hard and tries their best and is one of teacher's little helpers. And the Golden Apple goes to Michael Sepulveda. And then my next award goes to a young man who has also worked very hard, and he's always been teacher's helper in the classroom, and I've appreciated his help. He's been helpful with me and with other kids as well, and showed good character out on the playground. And that would be Ellis Wooten. He has earned the Teacher's Award from Miss Cheryl. Congratulations, boys. You've all done well. Now we're going to move on to our highest average. We have a tie. Fortunately, there's a set of twins, so they're going to share this trophy. These 2 girls, and I couldn't break the tie no matter how many times I figured it, they both tied with a 98.7 average. Grace and Faith Gibson, highest average. And then our Christian character, this is a very special award. This goes to a student who has shown character both in the classroom, at home, and on the playground. Someone who is kind to others, helps others, shows a loving spirit, and most of all, loves Jesus with all their heart. And that award is going to go to our Christian character. This year is going to Faith Gibson. Now we're going to come to the Student of the Year. This is a student who has made excellent grades throughout the year, has helped with their classmates, has shown good character, and they are overall doing a really good job and continuing to do a good job even through this isolated learning that we're in the 4th quarter. I'm very proud of her, and that student is the Student of the Year in the Abeka 3rd and 4th grade, and that is Miss Grace Gibson. I'm so proud of all the kids. They have all worked so hard this year, and we just celebrate you tonight and pray that you have a wonderful summer. Miss Cheryl will have a gift on Friday that will look like this for each one of you, and it will be out there with your trophies, and we will be here Friday to make sure that you get those safely. I'm very proud of all the kids. God bless you and have a wonderful summer.
Thank you, Ms. Cheryl, for sharing your awards. And now we're going to ask Ms. Leslie to come and share her awards with her elementary individualized classroom. I know that they've been working hard as well. And so, Ms. Leslie, come and share your awards with your.
Hi, Elementary Learning Center families. Miss Leslie here, Miss Jody here. Today is our awards ceremony day. It's a little strange because you're not here, but we're making the best of it. We've had an exciting year. We've had a very productive year, and let's get to it and see what all you guys have done this year. I'm going to start with outstanding attendance. We didn't have perfect attendance, but we did have outstanding attendance. Our first student is Elijah Dutton. We have Sean Gattuso, Jonah Gordon, Briley Montgomery, Reagan Montgomery, Chantel Shopward, and Adrian Small. Congratulations on making attendance a priority. It's very important. If you're here, guess what? You're going to do better. So awesome job, you guys. Next, I'm going to move on to our A honor roll and our B honor roll. The first person for our A honor roll is Liana Abreu, Danny De Silva, Elijah Dutton, Jonah Gordon, Micah Laddie, Briley Montgomery, Christopher Santiago, Chantel Shopboard, Cody Schultz, Riley Watkins, and Sophie Passmore. Good job, guys. That means that you really worked hard. And then we have our B honor roll. We have Sean Gattuso, Reagan Montgomery, and Nevaeh Rotoli. Excellent job. A's and B's are awesome, and we're very proud of all the effort you put in, and a lot of you have really put in a lot of effort this whole time that we've been not in the classroom. So we appreciate all your hard work. Now we will move on to the main event that everybody is waiting for, our trophies. So I'm going to start with the highest average. Miss Jody, do you remember what the actual number was?
99.23.
99.23, and it was a very close running with one other student. It was so close, it was not even funny. But our highest average goes to Liana Abreu. Congratulations, Liana. Yay. Awesome job. We're so proud of you. You worked so hard. Okay, our next trophy is for most paces. Now, in a regular year, it's 60 paces. I always look at Miss Jody because she's better with the numbers than me. This student did 84 paces and is also only in the 3rd grade. And that's a very motivated individual to be that young and to be doing that many paces. And this trophy goes to Elijah Dutton. Awesome job, Elijah. We're proud of you. All right, our next award is the Golden Apple. Now, the Golden Apple just means that, you know what, you may not make the best grades in the class. You try your hardest, you do your best work, and you have a good attitude most of the time. We can't all be perfect all of the time. But the Golden Apple just means that you keep trying, you keep going, and you've worked hard and made progress. So this year, our Golden Apple Award goes to Sean Gattuso. We're so proud of you, Sean. You worked so hard this year. All right, our next award is Most Improved Student. Now, this doesn't just mean academically. that you're doing better, making better grades. As a matter of fact, this particular person has excellent grades, always. It does mean that you have worked in other areas that maybe you were struggling in. Self-control, patience, just still trying your best even when you're frustrated, and just basically turning yourself around and doing a great job. And your work really showed, and it really showed through your behaviors and your actions, and it was totally deserved. So our most improved student this year is Jonah Gordon.
Yay, Jonah!
We're so excited for you, Jonah. You did a wonderful job. Okay, now we're getting to some of the bigger awards. Our Teacher's Award is up next. A Teacher's Award is the student that has a good attitude in the classroom, out of the classroom, is extremely helpful, and this person was very helpful to Miss Jody and I, doing different things for us, filing things for us, pulling things for us, running little small errands to the office for us, just a lot of help and very helpful to others, and just a hard worker and a good student. Our Teacher's Award this year goes to Chantel Shopboard. We're so proud of you, Chantel. You did a wonderful job. You're a good student, and we appreciate you very, very much. Okay, so our next one is our Student of the Year. This is really just our best overall student. Grade-wise, attitude-wise, again, I don't remember this student ever even getting a demerit. And that's, let's face it, that's not easy to do. She did a wonderful job. She's a wonderful student. She's delightful, she's kind, she's friendly, and we love her. And our Student of the Year is Liana Abreu. Congratulations, Liana. You're super duper. Okay, moving on to our the Biggie Award, our Christian Character Award. Not only are you a successful student, but this particular person definitely displays godly character inside of the classroom, outside of the classroom. This student is always very helpful, works hard, very receptive to correction if it was needed, very receptive in instruction. Also, she is very involved even outside of the community, in her church, in different groups. She's actually on the Hernando County student, oh my goodness, now it just left my brain. The judges, where they go to, juvenile court, not juvenile court. I'm totally messing this up, I'm sorry. But she does serve the community in that way also. So outside of school, she is just a delight, and we were happy to have her join us this year. And this person's name is Sophie Passmore.
Hey, Sophie.
Christian Character Award. You so deserved it. I believe that concludes everything. We really enjoyed our year with our students, with the families. We appreciate all the help that has been given. It truly takes us working here and working at home for us to all be successful. We're very pleased with the progress that everyone has made, and we really look forward to next year, and we look forward to getting back to our normal. We've missed you, we love you, and we hope you have a great summer. Anything, Miss Jody, or are you done? Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Thank you, Miss Leslie. Thank you for sharing your awards. Now we're going to move on to the middle school. Miss Tracy, Miss Allison, and Miss Alexis are going to come, and they're going to present their awards to their young people.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are the junior high class teachers this year. This is Miss Alexis Peace. I'm Tracy Montgomery, and this is Miss Allison Ralston. We're going to start the awards with our outstanding attendance. These are the students that missed 5 or fewer days of school. So they just really loved us and always wanted to be around us. Okay, that's Mariah Claire, Clayton Matthews, Bryson Keating, Autumn Fix, and Brian Schopberg, and Bethany Stewart. Good job, guys. Next comes our B honor roll. These are our certificates. They almost all look the same, just the things that they say are different. So our B honor roll, we start with Bethany Stewart, Liliana Sorrow, Bryson Keating, Clayton Matthews, and Rihanna Gibson. Good job, guys. For our A honor roll, we have Dana Laddie, Mariah Claire, and Raylan Gordon. Good job. All right, we're going to move on to our trophies. The first one we're going to do is Most Improved. This child, she started off pretty well, but then she got to the point where she kind of was struggling getting her goals done and had some trouble understanding things. And so instead of just slacking off and getting discouraged, she would stay in and she would ask for help during break times and stuff when the other kids would go outside to recess. So it was really impressive, the work ethic that she was exhibiting, and we were just very proud of her, and her name was Autumn Fix. Next, we have the Golden Apple Award. This award we give to the kids that, they may not be the best academically, but they really try their hardest. They're smart, but they struggle a little more with getting things, understanding it, so they have to ask for a lot more help and stuff. They get there, but it takes them a little bit more work, and so they don't give up. And this child has he's been a light in the classroom. We've really enjoyed him, and he is Bryson Keating. Our highest average this year goes to Raylan Gordon. Teacher's Award. Teacher's Award is about the kid that is just always helpful in the classroom, and they do it with a good attitude, and they're very sweet. They treat others kindly. And this one goes with Bethany Stewart. Our Most Paces Award. This child has worked really hard this year. She has put in a lot of effort, just continued to work. Even though she would get done with her goals, she would do more. So she got a lot done this year, and we're very proud of her. Her name is Liliana Sorrow. Our Student of the Year this year, she was really sweet to have in the classroom. It's junior high, so not everybody's going to have a great day every day, but she was very sweet and reacted well with other kids and helped us whenever we needed help or whatever. And her name was Rihanna Gibson. Now, this is the most important the award that we give in our classroom. It's the Christian Character Award. And this child, we loved having her in the classroom. She always had a good attitude. She would encourage other kids, if they were struggling or if they were having a bad day, she would be very concerned for them and want to help them in any way she could. And so she just really exuded Christian character, and this goes to Raylan Gordon. And that concludes the awards part of our presentation, and we just want to let you guys know, we didn't get to really say goodbye to all of you because of all of this that happened. So we just want you to know that we love you and we've missed you, and we really hope to see you again next year.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you for sharing your awards with your middle school class. Now we're going to move to the high school classroom where my wife, Miss Debbie, is going to come with Miss Rachel and share their awards to their students for the year.
Hi, it's awards night. Miss Rachel Gibson and I are here representing the high school classroom. Miss Teresa Dutton is in the classroom with us, and Miss Carolyn Eichhorn. They just didn't want to be up here because, you know, they're camera shy.
We're the hams.
Yeah, that's true, we are. But anyway, we are here, and we're not getting to see your faces and see the look on your faces when you're surprised with what you get. But do know, students, that we are very proud of you. And so tonight, we have the opportunity to give you a few of the things that we'd like to give you to remind you of how well you did this year. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is our students who have perfect attendance. Miss Rachel, we didn't have anybody with outstanding attendance this year.
We did not, because there were a lot of unexcused absences.
It's true.
So
But these two young ladies had perfect attendance, and we are really proud of them. That is Jackie Smith and Samantha Stewart. So you go, girls. Good job. So there you go. The next thing that we're going to give our certificates for is B Honor Roll. Students have to not only keep the B average, but they have to complete the work that needs to be done. So that's a big deal, and we have several of them, and I'm really proud of them. So we have on B Honor Roll this year, Sarah Eichhorn, Brianna Laddie, Tabitha Laddie, Samantha Stewart, Jesse Newman, sorry, not in alphabetical order, just wanted to keep it a surprise, Dominic DiMartino, Daniel Force, and Lillian Harper. So way to go, guys. That is awesome. Our B average, by the way, is the lowest grade for a B is an 88, I believe, 88 to 92, something like that. So anyway, they did a great job. And our A average is 93 and above. So these students got our A honor roll. That is Nicholas De Silva, Aiden Gibson, Elijah Newman, and Holly Stewart. So way to go, guys. I am proud of you. Very good. Okay. Now, for our trophies, we have not enough trophies to give to everybody that deserves them, but we will start with our Golden Apple Award, Miss Rachel. And our Golden Apple Award, as Pastor explained to you earlier, is for a student that just keeps on plugging away, working, no matter how hard the work is, no matter how discouraged sometimes they get, they'll keep on working. And this student did that. She often would get discouraged because her work just seemed overwhelming, but she kept working and she would get help when she needed it. And so our Golden Apple Award this year goes to Holly Stewart. So way to go, Holly. Good job.
good job, Holly.
All right, next I'm going to tell you about our most improved student. This young person was not ever really a bad student, but kind of needed to be nudged along sometimes. But the self-motivation kicked in throughout this school year. And from the beginning of the year until the end, this student began to really work on his own. He kept a good attitude. He would, even when we had to correct him for something, he didn't pitch a fit or act up. Really, really excellent attitude, and even got work done in advance, and that's Dominic DiMartino. So Dominic, we are so proud of you. Good job, Dom.
Good job, Dom.
All right. The next trophy that we're going to give is for the most paces. The student, and as you know, 60 paces is the normal amount to get a year's work done. And this young person, this year, our student that did the most paces, did 76 at this point and is still working because we have the rest of this week and next week. So we'll end up with more than 76 paces. And the thing that is amazing, this will kind of give it away, is this student is a 9th grader, started out the year with, I think, 8 or 9 paces left to finish 8th grade, finished 8th grade math, then did all of algebra, and has done half of geometry. So this student has really applied herself this year, and our most paces, 76 paces at this point, goes to Samantha Stewart. So way to go, Sam. Good job. All right. The next trophy that we're going to give is our highest average. This young person is in some of the most difficult courses. She's got the high school Englishes, chemistry, algebra 2, difficult courses, and yet she has kept a 95% average, and that goes to Holly Stewart. Yay! Woohoo! Way to go, Holly. All those days sitting and working with Miss Rachel have paid off. All right. And next is our Teacher's Award. This is an award that we had numerous students that we thought about that could have earned this award. This is a student that's one of the best students, not necessarily the highest average or the smartest, but has a good attitude and is always willing to help, will do whatever we need them to do, they keep a good attitude whenever they're approached about anything, don't get into it with other students, just has a pleasant attitude. It's not the kind of kid that when the kid comes into the classroom, you think, oh, great. No, it's like, oh, great. And that student this year is Jacob Fix. So yay, Jacob, we're proud of you. Okay, next we come to Christian character. Okay, Christian character is our top award for the classroom, and it goes to a student that is always none of our kids are perfect. Please, guys, I felt the wave of disbelief in your houses as you thought about, my child is perfect. No, none of our students are perfect, but we had several this year that we considered for Christian character because we've had several who really have tried to be pleasing to the Lord in their actions and their attitudes, who've tried to have a good testimony here on Facebook, on Instagram, or Snapchat, or whatever social media they were using. As far as we were able to tell, they were keeping a good attitude all around. Also, they're willing to accept correction from teachers without getting mad. A lot of things go into Christian character, as well as wanting to serve the Lord, wanting to do things to please the Lord, and doing them by choice, not by force. And we did have several that we considered for this award, but I'm really, really proud to tell you that our Christian character this year goes to Aiden Gibson. Aiden, I'm proud of you. Thank you for being a light for Jesus. And now for our students, we love you guys. We've missed you. This last quarter has been really different with computer chats and a student here and there getting help and having to grade your work, and some of you have done a great job with that. But we have really missed you. Seniors, knowing that you're going to be gone from our classroom is leaving a big hole, not just in our classroom, but in our hearts. It will leave a big hole in our classroom because it's going to leave several desks empty. We plan to fill them with someone else, but it won't be the same because we've had these kids a long time. So last night at graduation, I was talking about how long most of them had been here. I think Lily has been since she was in 7th grade. Dom said he's been since 5th grade. Several of them have been here for at least 3 of their high school years. So we're really going to miss all of you. And those of you that are coming back, we're looking forward to you coming back. And if you want to give us a call or a shout out on the video chat, we'd love to hear from you. We do miss you, and come tomorrow morning and pick up your awards. We love you. Have a great summer.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, ladies, for presenting your high school trophies. Now we're going to ask Mr. Tim if he'll come. He's coached several sports this year, but we're going to start with football. He's going to come and share his football awards.
Good evening, everybody. It's a really weird thing to have you not here tonight. So we've got some football awards coming up. And as you can tell, I'm recording mine at a different time than everybody else just because of the nuts schedule that this week has had. So we're going to jump right into this. And right now, I don't even have the trophies that were supposed to be set up. So I'm gonna tell you who's going to get them, and they'll be sitting out there waiting for you. My football guys did some really great stuff, and they really deserve these accolades and these awards. So let's jump right into it. We had a great time together as a team. The guys did really well. They improved a lot from the beginning of the season to the end, and it was really neat to watch that progression. And I've got some awards to recognize a couple of these guys. I mean, I can't give nearly as many of the guys awards as I want to, as my Coach Hart wants to, but let's recognize a few of them for their accomplishments. So let's start out with our most improved player this year. This was a guy who this year was kind of a cool thing because in years past he's played basketball and football for me, and he's always been one of those guys that I could tell him to do something and he'd go out onto the field or out onto the court and he would do it. Give it his best shot, you know. Not a lot of times it didn't quite look like what I was asking, but he was out there giving it his best. But this year I got to watch the transformation take place as Coach asked me to do something. Okay, now he's got the same attitude, the same going out there, but now from beginning of the season to the end, now stuff's getting done. Now he's actually accomplishing the things, and it was super fun to watch that improvement. It was super fun to watch as that evolution took place. And my 110%, is that what I said? Yeah, my most improved, I'm sorry, my most improved athlete this year in football was Aiden Gibson. Next up is the 110%. That's where I kind of tried to jump there a little too early. But this was a kid who it was such a pleasure to have him on the team. And he's not been one of the guys that's always been there and always been playing. And so it was really cool to have him this year because he came with a lot of enthusiasm for his last year. And so we had some senior leadership, we had some senior spunk. And man, this guy didn't just bring some speed to the team, he didn't just bring some dazzling plays to the team, but he brought hilarity to the team. And it was a joy to have him. My 110% award this year goes to Dominic DiMartino. Next up, I got the Coaches Award. Now, the Coaches Award is not one of those awards that the name tells you everything you need to know about what's happening, like the most improved or the most valuable or the 110%. This is one that I feel like I need to explain because it's almost that X factor, you know, the thing you can't define, but it's that thing that every coach wants in his athletes, and every coach wants all of that his athletes to have. It's a desire on the field. It's a desire off the field, a willingness to listen and to learn and to give everything he has, pour all of that into every instruction and every play. And sometimes it was like this particular player was almost following me around. He wanted to be there that much. He wanted to learn, and he wasn't the fastest guy we had. He wasn't the best catcher or the best thrower. But he was there for it, and he wanted what's best for the team. He was in when I wanted him in. He came out when I wanted him out. He did everything I asked him to, and then some. My Coaches Award this year goes to Brian Schottborg. All right, now I have a new award that I requested that Pastor let me give out this year. So he's had the trophies made up, and this is called what I'm calling the Beast Mode Award. And this is for outstanding physical achievement of some sort. Okay, just something where the kid, in common parlance these days on the field and on the court, the kid just went beast mode. And so I wanted to recognize these achievements that maybe not everybody gets to see, that these achievements that come from either outstanding physical prowess or from just downright hard work. And so this year, we, as a football team, speed matters, and so we run and we time our 40-yard dash. And in our 40-yard dash this year, we had one kid who ran the 40-yard dash in less than 5 seconds. The first time we've ever clocked somebody out here with a 4-point-something second 40-yard dash. So my Beast Mode Award for football this year goes to Parker Susdak. All right, that brings us roundly to the most valuable player. Now, the most valuable player is exactly what it sounds like. It's the one that brings value to the field, brings value to the team on the field, on the bus, in the classroom, somebody who the coach can count on to be there. I need players that are going to do their work so that they can play. I need players that are going to build their teammates up. I need players that are going to perform on the field. I need a player that the reason he's the most valuable is because when he's not on the field or on the court, the team suffers without him. And the team's just not the same when this guy wasn't there. But, you know, it's just that kind of value that's brought to the team on the field, off the field, on the bus, in the classroom, all of it. And my most valuable player for football this year is Dylan Mills. Now, I wish I could give so many more awards to so many of these guys, because if you just sit here, you think I only had 5 outstanding players. I didn't. I had so many more. I had players that really have that want and that desire. But yeah, I mean, you just got to see our practices. It's neat to watch them grow, and I'm thankful for each player. I'm thankful for the parents that allowed me the time with your guys to have fun, to play around, and to teach them the game of football a little bit more and to watch them grow. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to next year. Y'all have a great night.
For volleyball, Brother Tim and Miss Laura are going to come, and they're going to share the volleyball awards for our athletes, for our volleyball players this year. And they did a really good job on the volleyball court. We're excited about presenting these awards.
Okay, so volleyball. We always have so much fun with the girls that came out for the volleyball team this year. And we were able to even have a JV team. We'll get to that in a little bit. But we had a good group of girls. They did well. We just, we're sad to see the seniors go, but we know we've got a good group coming back, and we wish the seniors the best. So on to the trophies. Our most improved this year was a girl that she's only recently started coming and playing for us in the past couple of years, and she's always a joy. But it was fun this year to watch her because she's an athletic girl, and to watch her as she improved in her skills and as she was able to jump higher and serve harder and watch those successes happen. Our most improved this year goes to Megan Otthouse. All right, next is 110%. Our 110% award this year, it's self-explanatory. It's in the name. This was a girl that always gave everything she had. She was a motivator for the rest of the team. She was able to light a fire under herself and often under some of her teammates. And so it's the kind of person that you need on the team. Our 110% this year goes to Brianna Laddie. Yay. Insert fake applause here. I mean, we are really happy, but there needs to be like an applause track. Coach's Award. Coach's Award is, I've probably already explained this in another segment, but it's that kid that isn't the highest jumper, isn't the hardest server, isn't the fastest runner. They don't excel to the top of any particular category, but they're the one that wants to do everything that you want them to do and will absolutely give their best to exhaustion, to the limit of their ability, will even go beyond that sometimes. It's the kind of player that every coach wants to fill their team with. And our Coach's Award this year goes to Marilyn Smith. Yay, Marilyn. And now for the one that I kind of added this year. I felt like this award had been missing, and this is the Beast Mode Award. Outstanding physical achievement. This is just a player that could do something, and either everybody was sitting there going, whoa, or it's just is something that is remarkable. And we measured vertical leap in volleyball this year, I think for the first time. So, and this girl, she jumped higher than most of the boys' team did in basketball. Okay, so that, just to give you a little perspective, our Beast Mode Award this year goes to Sarah Eichhorn. What a beast. Now, most valuable player, and again, this is one of those trophies that's just self-explanatory. This is the player that the team wouldn't be the team without her. And she brought us probably farther in some games than we should have gotten. And when she was out, the team noticed it. The team hurt because she wasn't there. Our MVP is the most valuable player on our team, and that award goes to Lily Harper. Miss Laura and I have really enjoyed being able to work with these girls this year, and we look forward to getting to work with them next year, especially because now our girls are playing. So it's another kind of facet of fun. But thank you for giving us the opportunity to work with you ladies, and we look forward to doing it again soon.
Thank you, Mr. Tim. Thank you, Miss Laura. Now we're going to have Brianna come. She coached our JV volleyball girls, and she's going to present her awards to her girls at this time.
All right, next up we have JV volleyball. Now, this year, kind of like we did with basketball, we had a lot of students want to come and play, and so it just benefited us to be able to have a JV team, and we got to play a bit of a JV schedule, and I was blessed to have really good help for this. A couple of my senior girls stepped up, and they taught the younger girls, and they showed them the game, and I was just so, Miss Laura and I were so privileged to have the help that we had from Brianna Laddie and from Lily Harper, and they're the ones that are going to come and give these next awards to the JV volleyball team.
Okay, so this year, Lily and I had the best opportunity to coach the junior varsity girls, which is something we have never done before, but we made it work. They all improved a whole bunch from when we first started. And the first award goes to someone who she got to play in the junior varsity and the varsity this year. She was just naturally talented with the way that she used her body for playing in this sport, which would be the most valuable player, and that goes to Dana Laddie this year. And our next award goes to someone who started out and she wasn't really confident in herself because she had never played any sports before, but she really improved and grew into her natural ability skills that she had, which is the most improved, and that goes to Faith Miller this year. The next one is the Coaches Award, and that one is where she was helping her teammates and trying to show them how to do something. So this award goes to Olivia Mills. And the next award we have is the 110%, which means they gave over 100% of their time. They practiced extra hard. They tried to improve themselves as much as they could. And this one goes to Rihanna Gibson. All of our girls this year, they all improved significantly from when they started. And so we are very proud and very thankful to be able to coach the JV girls this year.
Yeah. Thank you, Brianna. Thank you for working with the JV volleyball girls and for doing that. She's one of our seniors this year, has graduated and received her diploma on Monday. But thank you, Brianna, for doing that. We're going to move now to girls basketball. Miss Rachel and Miss Tracy are going to come present their trophies to their girls at this time.
Hi guys, Miss Tracy and I are here to do the girls' basketball trophies, which we're excited about. But before we do that, we have a very special presentation for our beloved pastor and principal of this school, well, head principal, because Miss Debbie's there too, but we have something to show him our love and appreciation. So if he would come down to the front where everyone can see him.
We have a lovely spoon that says, "So you'll always be prepared. Love, Rachel and Tracy."
Oh, wow.
And so you can never forget us, so you have to hang that in your office.
Yeah, okay. I will treasure this.
You can use it for soup too if you want.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Be prepared.
It's Girl Scout motto. Okay, all right, girls, on to our basketball awards. Okay, so I'm going to start with most improved. We chose this girl because she just came so far. This is the first season she's played with us. Last year, I tried to convince her, and she did 1 or 2 practices and then quit. But this year, she stuck it out. And by the end of the season, she was one of our main rebounders, and she was just doing such a great job. So most improved goes to Samantha Bobb, a.k.a. Samantha Stewart. Yay.
Also known as Antha.
Good job, Sam. Okay. Our next trophy is our 110% award. This girl was the one who laid it all out there on the court when she would go out there. She just gave it everything she had. Sometimes she'd end up across the floor, and we didn't know how that happened, but we knew she was working so hard to try to do her best, and she gave us everything at practice, everything we asked. She just was so dedicated, and our 110% award goes to Brianna Laddie.
She even dedicated her glasses to the cause. On our last game, they fell off her face and they got stepped on and were irreparable.
Although I fixed them because I'm good like that. Anyway, okay, so our next award is our Coaches Award. And we picked this girl because she's been with us for several years, and she just has the best attitude. Whatever we do, she tries to put it into play immediately. She listens. She takes our advice and Mr. Tim's advice, and she just pushes through with it, and she applies it, and she's just come so far. And she has one of the best attitudes I've ever seen out of any kid that we've ever coached. And so this year's Coaches Award goes to Megan Arhouse. Our last award was tough because we have a couple of girls that have been with us a long time and are just great players and great leaders. And so it kind of came down to honoring our seniors because some of them still have time left on the team. So, but this one goes to a girl who, she is just all in. She is our cheerleader, our smile on her face, get back up, put it right back in, and just keeps pushing through. And she's just a leader on the team, and the team would not be the same without her. And so our most valuable player goes to Lillian Harper. All right, good job, girls. That's it for our awards tonight. We love you, girls, and we can't wait for next season. We will see you when school starts back.
Thank you, ladies. Now we're going to move to boys basketball, and Mr. Tim's going to come present his trophies to his young men. They played hard this year, had a good season, and he's going to present his trophies to his young men this time.
Okay, varsity basketball time. And we had a good season. We had a fun season. We had a season that we ended at the FCAA tournament in Fort Pierce. And that was it was a really good time. You got to watch the boys have some learning experiences, got to watch the boys triumph and, we had wins and losses this year. It was amazing to watch their growth and to watch them as they progressed. But we had a really good season. I really want to thank Brandon Bopp for all that he's a former player, and he had some time where he could come in and he helped us with a lot of practices. He was every game, almost every game. He even handled the JV team, and I think there was one of those games that I left him hanging all on his own. He coached a game that I wasn't able to coach because I had to actually ref that game. So he was all on his own for one of our scrimmage games. So he did a great job. I'm really thankful for the help that he was, and that was what it took to have a successful season this year. So let's start out here. The 110% award is just the trophy that goes to the player that every play, every game, every practice is always given everything he's got. And this, you can't have a successful season. You can't have a successful team unless you've got at least one of these players. Now, you'd like this to be all your players, but as you watch, there's always one that goes above and beyond. And this year, that player for me was Dylan Mills. My next award is the Coaches Award. And the Coaches Award is a little bit different. There's not some, the name doesn't exactly speak for what you're looking for. Most valuable player, that's kind of self-explanatory. Most improved player, that's self-explanatory. 110%, that's self-explanatory. This one I need to explain, because the Coaches Award goes to a player that isn't necessarily the fastest or the best shot or the best defender, but he's a player that is absolutely in every play. He'll give you whatever you need he'll kill himself trying to give you exactly what you need for that play or that game or that drill in practice. And this is the kind of player that every coach would love to fill their team with. And this year, my Coaches Award goes to Nicholas Bopp. Next up, I have the Beast Mode Award. Now, this is a new award for this year, and I asked Pastor specifically if we could have this award. And the Beast Mode in my brain is just outstanding physical accomplishments, something amazing that this person could do that was better or faster or more than anybody else could do on the team. And for basketball, for this season, that was vertical jump. And the highest vertical jump on our team this season, and the winner of the Beast Mode Award is Brian Melendez. All right, our most improved this year. Our most improved, this was kind of a tricky one. Brandon and I, through practices and games, we tossed this one back and forth quite a bit because there were a few that we really saw improvement in. Some guys that really gave their all, and you could tell that they were really working to try and get better. And this award goes to a player that it wasn't really in the season that we saw, the beginning of the season he was here, and at the end of the season he was here. No, this was a player that we saw improvement from last season. When he came back this year and started this year, we could really tell this kid's been working. So the most improved player this year goes to Austin Sutton. All right, finally we have the MVP. This year's MVP, I don't think any of the players that are watching this right now are really in the dark going, I wonder who that could be, because he was the player that led our team in scoring. He was the player that the game that he wasn't there because he was sick. We lost to a team that we really shouldn't have lost to. We were better than them, but he was just that catalyst. He was just that we rely on this kid, and that's the definition of the MVP, is if they're not there, we can't do it without them. You don't really want that as a coach. You don't really want one player to be, oh no, now the team falls apart. But this was the cat that held the team together. This was the guy that led the team in scoring. This was the guy that really had that fire that he wanted everybody else to be better. Sometimes that came out a little too hot, but this year's MVP is Ender Melendez. Again, I say, I really enjoyed our time with the basketball team this year. I really am thankful that I got to coach them, I got the help that I had, and that we had the season we had. I enjoyed you all, and I'm looking forward to doing it again next year.
Thank you, Mr. Tim, for doing that. Next on the list is our JV boys basketball. Mr. Tim worked with Brandon Bopp as they coached the JV boys together, and they're going to come now and present their trophies and awards to their
This year, we had the opportunity with our basketball teams we had so many boys that we were able to have a bit of a JV schedule. And really, our JV schedule was a middle school schedule. We weren't playing ninth graders. We had ninth graders on varsity. So these were fifth, sixth, a couple of fifth grade, but sixth and seventh grade boys. These were the younger guys, and they got an opportunity to play. And I have a lot going on. So I had one of my former players where I looked him in the face and I said, we're not having a JV team if you don't do it. And he said, all right, bring it on. And he was an amazing help. I'm so thankful I had him with me all year long, helping me coach the varsity team. And he took the JV team for his own. He worked with them, he taught them, he coached them, and it was really cool to see. So I'm really thankful for this guy who's going to present the awards for our JV basketball boys, and that's Brandon Bopp.
Thanks, Coach. Hey guys, hope you guys are all doing well at home. I'm very thankful to have had this opportunity to coach this year, and huge thank you to Coach for giving me that chance to, kind of have my own team and coach on my own and apply what I've learned from him. And with that, let's get right into these awards. So first up, 110% award. This goes to the guy who gives his all every game, every practice, all the time, hustles, if I can hold it right, hustles his butt off. And that award is going to Steven Slesky. This next award is the most improved player. Now that's pretty self-explanatory, but seeing as this is the first year we did JV, we had to kind of look at, it wasn't from last season, this season, it was, okay, who got better during the season? And for that, I mean, this guy got way better, hands down. That goes to Emil DeLeon. I was looking, I'm like, I hope I said the right name. Okay, this next award, the Coaches Award. Now, coaches talked about this before. This award's kind of, there's no real criteria per se for this. It's mostly what the coach looks for. And really, for this guy, that was his dedication, showing up to everything, always doing things without question, just did what I told him, did what I asked. And I'm really thankful to have a guy like that on my team. And that guy was Brian Schopborg. Was Beast Mode next? All right. So next up, the new award that you'll probably hear more about, Beast Mode. This is a guy who turned up, in my opinion, he turned up a lot in tournament. I mean, seriously, he had that Kobe look in his eyes in tournament where he was ready to kill someone on the court, and I was like, ooh, kind of got scared. But he really did a great job. I think he had a double-double in each game or something like that, and he was just killing it, like powering through kids. And for that, this award goes to Jesse Newman. Oh, yes. And last, but certainly not least, the highly coveted MVP award, the most valuable. So this award, basically this guy contributes to your team in every aspect, and without him, your team looks different. I mean, this guy, we noticed a big difference when he wasn't there. Without him, I mean, he was the one running the offense, bringing the ball down court, scoring crazy amounts of points. And honestly, he's such a very talented young player, and I can't wait to see what he does when he's older. But MVP goes to Joshua Paradas.
All right, thanks everybody. Thanks, Brandon. Really appreciate it.
Every year, the next to last award that we present is a trophy that we present to our best all-around athlete. And that's a consensus of the coaches. They decide who it is. Could be boy, could be girl. And I think this is probably, what's this, the third or fourth year we've done this? Fourth year, okay. We have named we've named the trophy after a very special lady, a young lady that was part of our Christian school in Newport Richey. She loved the Lord, and I remember the year she graduated, St. Petersburg Times. It was the St. Pete Times in those days. They came out to do an interview for her because she our valedictorian that year, or was she the salutatorian? She was the salutatorian. The lady I'm talking to is Stephanie's mom. We've entitled this the Stephanie Morrison Award because Stephanie was such a special lady. When the Times came out to do an interview, basically when they asked her all the regular questions, and she just kept telling them that she wanted to glorify the Lord Jesus with her life. And that's the way she lived her life. It was kind of fast and furious. Stephanie was probably one of the best volleyball players that the Academy in Newport Richey ever had. And I have her mom. This is Janie Morrison. Miss Janie, come stand right here with me. I've known Miss Janie for a long time. We go back a long way. Yes. And Stephanie was such a precious girl that she wasn't just an athlete. She was a Christian that loved the Lord. Now, she loved volleyball, but she loved the Lord, and she gave her heart to Him, and it was evident in her life. Now, Stephanie was killed in a car accident by a drunk driver, and saddens our heart to even think about it today. But I remember being there that night. Miss Janie called me. It was about midnight, wasn't it? Somewhere in that neighborhood, and arrived on the scene, and it was just so sad because I loved that girl. We graduated on Monday night, and Stephanie graduated to heaven on Tuesday night. Did I remember that right? Okay. Miss Janie, I just appreciate you being here. Miss Janie told me yesterday that today, it was 18 years ago today, that Stephanie went home to be with the Lord. So we started giving this award in Stephanie's honor in Newport Richey. And when the Lord brought us here, Miss Janie she's not far from us. She attends Bible Baptist Church in Shady Hills, and faithful member there for a lot of years. And I called her and asked her if she would mind if we gave this award here, and she said that would be fine. So she always comes and helps us to present the award. Now, it's different this year because the recipient isn't in the crowd. But I'm gonna hand this to Miss Janie. Is there anything you want to say? No? Okay.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's such an honor that you would honor Stephanie, even though she did not attend this school.
Well, we loved her, still do, and still miss her. She was just one of those kids that always had a smile on her face, except when she was playing volleyball. It was kind of attack mode when she was playing volleyball. But that was the intensity that we wanted to see in an athlete and still want to see. I've often told folks that whenever Stephanie spiked a volleyball, if I was on the other side of the net, I would move because she could hit it back pretty hard. She was an awesome volleyball player. But I'm just, usually what we do is we announce who the winner is, and the young lady or young man comes down the center aisle, and Miss Janie presents the award to him or her. Just can't do it that way this year, but Miss Janie, I thank you for taking time out of your schedule to come here and help us do this, even though we have to do it online. The trophy, like I said earlier, is voted on by the coaches for our best all-around athlete. And this year, our best all-around athlete, the Stephanie Morrison Award, goes to Brianna Laddie. Congratulations, Brianna. I love you, sweetheart. I want to thank all of our staff for their hard work and their labor of love this year, and the great job that they have done, even though we've had to do this in an unusual fashion in presenting our awards. They did a great job, and I'm thankful for them. I'm so grateful for our staff because they love the Lord and they love your young people. And we want to remind you that enrollment for the coming year is open right now. As we look forward to the coming year, we anticipate at this point to start school right on time next year. That's what we're praying and asking the Lord for and hoping to be able to do. So we praise the Lord for that, and I do thank our staff. They're just wonderful people that love the Lord, that are active in the ministry, and we're thanking them for their hard work and their labor of love this year. It's been a good year, even though it's been an unusual year. It's been hard the last couple of months of school because of the distance learning, and it was hard on students, hard on parents, and it was hard on staff because they were trying to help as many students as they possibly could, and I just thank them for that. It's always my joy at the end of the trophy presentation every year to give the Pastor's Award. And this year it was, we had a couple of kids that would have qualified to receive the Pastor's Award. And we're thankful for them because, I mean, it takes a lot of things. Not only do they have to have everything that's involved in receiving the Christian Character Award, but they have to go beyond that. They have to be active in the ministry of their local church. They have to sing in the choir, help in junior church, help in the nursery, do something in labor in the ministry of the local church in order to receive this award. And it is my joy this year as pastor of Faith Baptist Church to present the Pastor's Award this year to Samantha Stewart. Congratulations, Samantha. God bless you. Thank you for loving the Lord and serving Him the way that you do. Now we want to say thank you for tuning in this year and watching this live stream. We hope that your young people be blessed and encouraged. We're looking forward to a great year this coming year. And again, we want to remind you that enrollment is open. If you know someone that's looking for a Christian school, and we are a Christian school by design, that's looking for a Christian school for their young person, then please send them our way. If you haven't gotten your registration papers back into us yet, then we encourage you to do that as soon as possible. Registration is going very well. This time of the year, it's going very well. And we still have some space available, though, and we want you to be able to get the space that you need. Okay? So God bless you. Thank you for being here with us through this strange and interesting year. We love you, and we are thankful to be able to help you rear your children in the nurture and the admonition of the Lord, to train them in the things of the Lord Jesus Christ. God bless you. Good night.
This